Oh yeah, shows up.
My mask counts, but I don't know where it is.
Okay, you're live.
Live? Alrighty. Good afternoon. It's 1:30 p.m. August 10, 2020. We're back in budget session. So without further ado, I'll turn this session over to our county auditor.
Okay, basically, well, I did do another, just so you could see after I made the changes. I mean, to Jimmy. Uh-huh.
All right, I got three of them.
You don't want one? After I went through and made the additional changes, and this is all funds. Everything we have. So you can see the budgeted reserve is gonna be $556,093. And that's not just coming from the ones we discussed, permanent improvement precincts, but there's also some in the other category, in the other funds as well. And then you've got your estimated collections at $19,798,298. And then the expenditures, $20,309,886. And then if everything goes according to plan, we'll have 44,505 over. And that's, now that's at 100%. So if everything went according to plan. And then the other one, and if we'll get one And basically, this is the same sheet that I gave y'all the other day. Monday. So on Friday. On Friday, nothing has changed basically on this. As I said the other day, if you stayed with the same rate, it's only going to earn $12,020,899, and what we need is $12,123,773.
So if we went to the next level, we'd be
123,773.
I can't see it on here, Melinda, and go over them figures again, what you just said, please.
Okay. If you look, let's see, if you look about right here where I've got what last year's levy was,
Yes,
and that was at 12,663,052. But this year, and if you went, because the one that I have underneath that is the preceding year's tax levy
yes.
with our current rate. But if you went with this year, if you kept the same rate based on the tax value, it would only earn $12,020,899, which is right here, the one that I've got highlighted right there.
Okay, I got you.
And what we need after I've done everything is 12,123,773. And in order to get that, we need 0.6330, which is 1.5 cent in the rate.
Where's that figure on here, what we need?
Well, it's not on there.
It's not, what'd you say it was, what we need?
It's 12,123,773.
And so if we go to the next, the 6330, the one step above, after from that total to what we need, we'd have 165,504 extra.
1,000.
And that is if you spend 100%.
That's if you spend 100%.
We'd have 165,504.
And we collect 100%.
If you, yeah.
Yeah.
If we collect 100%
We do.
and everything
We have
goes
to
according to
last.
plan, which we know is gonna vary.
Well, we already over collected this year, we over collected, I mean, I shouldn't say over collected, there came in more money than what we projected. As of right now, we're about 80,000 over what we projected.
So we're short about $102,000 or $3,000.
103, yeah.
No, we're not sure.
No.
If we
Well-
leave it the same,
If we leave it the same.
I mean, but you,
if we leave
Yeah.
it the same as this,
Yes,
if you increase it to the next one,
Yeah.
you'll have that much left over. But yes, that you're at 102,875,
165,504.
yeah. That's the next one, yeah, you're right. And then this.
And
one
this is
that
using-
amount you calculate.
this is using our current tax rate and just adding the cents to it. We're not going up to the effective rate.
Okay.
The effective rate is
Way out.
way too high for what we need. So we're gonna stay below, we are currently below and we will stay below the effective rate and the rollback rate.
Well, if you gotta raise it, it is a very minimal amount.
It is.
Well, especially when you get
That's what we
to how
went up last year.
much our valuation went down.
Right.
And like I said, in addition to the 90 million the year before. So I think we've done pretty good.
I do too.
I mean, so today, it's just you all
That's the question.
saying that, yeah, you're not voting on anything today. I mean, you're just,
We vote on that in like a commissioner's court.
yes, I will schedule a public hearing, which will probably be the early part of next week. And that will be to discuss the tax rate, the proposed budget, and the increases for the elected officials. And at that time, I mean, you still won't vote on the tax rate, you'll just discuss it. And we'll have the proposed budget at that time.
Okay. And that's when you say?
I'm gonna schedule it probably for Tuesday next week. Because I have to do it within 72 hours. I have to give, yeah, before. But I also want to give myself a little time to get everything put together. And
Okay,
we're-
one more question, and I don't know if anybody here knows or not, or if anybody's ever talked to anybody in the appraisal district about it, but on this $121 million loss in evaluation, do we know kind of where that
I mean-
stemmed from?
Basically, what I was explaining to y'all the other day, it has to do with all the different state categories. And you can take last year's versus this year's, and where she explained to me when I called her about it, and I can do a comparison, but what she explained to me is that obviously fuel and oil, and then there's some fluctuation in the personal,
The acreage also.
The tangible commercial, it's tangible, commercial, personal. whatever that means.
Yeah, that was 50 million difference.
I mean, there's several different categories there that fluctuated quite a bit.
And then there's the industrial personal property.
The oil and gas went down 30 million. The acreage ranch land went down 20 million.
And remember, I also explained to y'all that I might have had the wrong 2 pages together, but I didn't know y'all wanted to see that again. I would have brought it.
The problem we have, Kenny, is some of this is sort of self-explanatory, but then some of it, I don't know, just like
I
that
don't know why.
tangible commercial property,
But I can certainly put something together for you just so you'll have it.
Well, it's probably
Well-
because what things sold for in 2019, and that's what they based it on.
Or actually, the one I was looking at that went down so much is industrial personal property.
Let me see if one of those, before they do all the calculation and everything, our actual taxable value before they do any adjustments or anything is $2,009,516,835. If we could do our rate off of that amount, it'd be a little bit better, but I can't. I have to do it based on the adjusted tax, the total taxable value. And that's all in the calculation that's done. So,
Well,
and that's where that 121
and there
million.
again, you may not be able to tell me right here off the top of your head, but just, what do you think it cost the county in money, that $121 million decrease in tax evaluation in dollars to the county for ad valorem taxes? That we would have lost because of that, that we did lose because of that. It'd be the tax on $121 million, so it'd have to be substantial.
Yeah. I mean, it's way more than a few cents.
Between $90 million last year and 120, I don't think we can keep sustaining these kind of losses.
Well, wouldn't it be the 12,663,052?
Yeah.
Because that would have been
Well,
last year's
That was our levy last year.
at our current levy, would have been 12,663,052. So, dollar wise, that lost us about, $698,000.
Yeah.
It's on there, Kenny.
Yeah, I
I
see
did do that.
now. Yeah, that's what I was trying to find, and it is substantial.
It's a lot.
All right, any other questions of Melinda?
No. I think we've harassed Melinda about enough today.
All right. Anybody else got anything? Add? All right, then where do we proceed? Are we done with our budget?
I mean, if y'all are satisfied with everything the way it is right now, then I'll get that public hearing scheduled. And, this will include, just to clarify, it will include a 2.5 across the board. And then all the changes that we made in the budget, it does include that. So if y'all are satisfied, then that's the next step. I'll schedule that public hearing, and then from there it'll be kind of a waiting game after that. I'll have to do a posting, but it'll be a waiting game until we approve the budget in September.
When do we actually approve the budget?
On
Vote it?
September, I believe it's September 14th. I think that's a court day, I think.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say we're
I
satisfied.
didn't bring my calendar.
Nowhere near.
It is what it is, and we've done what we can.
Yeah.
And so.
Okay, I have a question. How they kept telling us about there was 900,000 in the account, just cash. Do we need to budget that money for something?
Now, I think what you're talking about is what's in Fund 11, which is the permanent improvement. So that's not, it's not like a separate bank account over here. It's included with the general fund. And so the money that, we are gonna fund part of
191,000 of it.
189,000,
Out
or
of the-
191, you're right.
Okay.
Out of, Fund 11 is gonna go, part of that reserve is gonna go towards that.
Okay,
So all the general fund is gonna fund is 189,000
okay.
of that. So that's what that is.
Well, I wasn't clear, I didn't know.
Y'all didn't want to, I believe the discussion was you didn't really want to fund the whole thing this year, but it may be something you look at next year. So we kind of did half,
Okay.
is what we did.
I sort of anticipated by looking, unless we have some major stuff, even after we do the parking lot, I think we're gonna be able, out of this year's budget, to put about 130 back in that fund. And so, and that fund can only be spent, or everything in that fund goes back into it.
Right.
So even though we're taking out 191 for this budget, we're probably gonna put back in 130 of that for after January 1st, so.
And I was got something on the tip of my head and then it went away.
I'm excited about getting the parking lot finished.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. It's gonna look really nice.
Okay, I would,
And I know sometimes when we talk about those funds, there's several funds that are all in the same bank account, but we do have them separated by fund and account numbers, so that we can track what those specific revenues and expenses are.
okay.
Well, I could simplify this if you guys would let me.
We'd like for you to,
I'd like for you to simplify this.
so we don't have to reconcile 20 bank accounts, that would be great.
Yeah,
But basically what she's saying, if you look at, whenever I report the financial report,
Yep,
okay, this, from this highlighted area, all the way down to right there, that is your general bank account, okay? And in the general bank account, all those funds go in there to make the dollar amount that I report to y'all. So this is your previous balance on the last month, then this is the expenditures that we get, and, I'm sorry, the money we get to revenue into those funds, and then disbursements. And that's balancing that particular checking account, but it has numerous funds in that bank account, okay? So out of Fund 11, there is that 977,000 sitting in there, but that's where she was
That's where
saying,
we're gonna pull 191 now.
yeah, to fund next year's permanent improvement, which we know we're not going to utilize at all.
yeah, because we know that we're gonna have some money left in there, even this year. I mean, it's gonna go down because as soon as we pay for the 39,000 for this parking lot, it'll go down. If JP3 possibly gets a sign, it could go down, because of what's budgeted, but that gives you an idea.
Okay.
That's my question.
Any other questions? If not, then I guess we'll go ahead on our budget sessions and stand adjourned. Melinda will post any further meetings we have regarding the budget. And so if there's nothing else, like I say, I want to thank everyone for their time and effort. And we thank Melinda and Ida and them, but thank you guys for your willingness to be here. And it wasn't easy, but they never seem to be easy, but this one was really, really difficult, so.
well, the last couple of budget sessions, we've just got something hit big beyond our control and it went the wrong way,
Yeah,
you
and unfortunately, I don't think we're through it,
know. No, we're not.
but,
I don't think so.
but anyway, well, thank y'all, and if nothing else, then we'll stand adjourned.
Thank you.
I just hope we
We'll
get
stand
some
adjourned at
exact
1:40.